Merci Paul, bonjour à tous et à toutes. I'm Emmanuelle Saliba, I'm a journalist and I have over a decade of experience helping audiences sort fact from fiction. I led and built verification teams that verify content in real time for some of the biggest broadcasters in the US. And lately that job is getting a bit more challenging, and that's because of this, generative AI, deepfakes. So, in most of the cases that I've come across in the last year, deepfakes or really AI-generated content like the Reid Hoffman's digital twin, it's not always disclosed, especially when it's malicious. And without that transparency, who here can honestly say that they trust their eyes to figure out what's real online? Raise your hand if you trust your eyes. Okay, no one? Okay, well, we're gonna put that to the test anyways. I'm gonna show you a series of images. And if you think they are real, raise your hand. Ready? Okay. These images, they circulated in the immediate aftermath of Hurricane Helene a few weeks ago. What do you think? Real? Raise your hand. Okay. Next set. What about these? Real? Raise your hand. Okay. So there have been no shortage of photographs documenting the devastation in communities across North Carolina and Tennessee following the devastating hurricane. But these aren't real. And they were fabricated using text-to-image generative AI tools, and they were posted to a Facebook page posing as a local news outlet. These, also AI generated. They spread widely across social media, accumulating millions of views, and they were shared by prominent accounts who genuinely believed they were real. So you may be wondering, what's the risk? What's the risk of these images circulating online? Well, it's diverting funds, these diverted funds from real victims, and they created a lot of noise in the system. We spoke to emergency management who were hindered by these images because they weren't sure where to respond. They also used social media to figure out what areas need the most help. And they had to sift through all of these false images and spend time debunking rumors instead of acting. All right, we're warmed up. What about these? Who thinks this one is a real image? Raise your hand. A little less people now, right? All right, well, this one is authentic. It's a real photo captured using an iPhone. And the only alteration made was an iPhone filter that the person applied to enhance the contrast. You all have it. It's called Vivid Warm. I figured that out because I talked to the person who took the image. But here's the trick. The photo, it shows a crowd waiting for Kamala Harris at one of her campaign rallies in Michigan back in August. And the twist is, the image circulated online, and many users, including the former president, accused the campaign of using AI to generate large and fake crowds. Now, these are real crowds. We had reporters there. We had other sources of video. We checked the metadata. But because generative AI tools are becoming so capable of creating hyper-realistic fakes, people can now more easily deny reality. Ready for the next one? What about her? This is Aitana Lopez. She's 25. She loves working out. She's an influencer with over 300 followers on Instagram. What do you think? Real? Okay. She's entirely AI generated, and she's created by a Spanish design company who says she brings in thousands of euros a month. She's part of a new wave of virtual influencers. They promote brands, products on social media, like in this case, she's touting, she partnered with a Spanish salon to tout their facials. And some of these influencers have amassed millions of followers. She's not the biggest one. And they're becoming more lifelike by the day, and there's not a lot of disclosure to help us figure out whether or not they're real. It's pushing brands and platforms to rethink the meaning of authenticity. And you can only imagine how this could be used to deceive. Okay, we're on our final image. Raise your hand if you think this is a real image. Okay, well, you are in part right. This is a tricky one. It's an original photograph taken with the new Google Pixel 9 of a parking garage, and then it was edited using AI directly on their phones. Here's the original, okay? And here's the AI-edited one done directly on their phone. So the person decided to stage a car accident. Now, some of you may think, okay, it's always been possible to deceive or to alter photos and videos and audio. It's been possible to an extent, but now it's a turning point where you can do this directly on your phone. The barrier of entry is quite low. You don't need technical skill. And so it's becoming cheap and possible for anyone to create these. So in this new digital ecosystem, how will your audiences know who to trust and what to believe? So for the next 30 minutes, we're going to talk about the rising challenges of deepfakes, the vulnerabilities they expose in your businesses, and most importantly, we're going to talk about solutions to regain trust. So it's my pleasure to introduce our three panelists, Grégoire Assematé-Sandier, president with Publicis, Craig Stack, founder and president of Deepfake, and Matthew Moynihan, CEO of Get Real Labs.